Good morning. Good morning, fellow humans. Good morning, what not a bevy on the bus. The bus to North Carolina. How long's the bus ride? When did you start? How long have you been on it? Etc. These are things we need to know. We need to know now. Okay, here we are, Department of Career Services, where the goal is to help our students and other people on their journey through this. On the weekends, we focus on the spiritual part, what we call G.school. The connection isn't good for me. Too bad. How is the bus ride? I'll put that in the chat. Great. Why is it great? Chill. Okay, well, anyway, let's get back to where we are here. Focus. The theme of today is vital habits. Vital habits. This is Arthur Brooks talking today. I should put the link in there. Arthur Brooks link to happiness. Happiness. He really says it comes down to habits. Habits are the thing we can control. Okay, good morning, period, doing my podcast now. Chat later. Shalom. Boom. Sorry, people. So here we are. Habits. Arthur Brooks. I went on here because I wanted to get that link. What not a bevy? Did you try it? Does the link work by chance? Just trying to see if that link works, because I want to put it in this spreadsheet. Uh-oh. Pesquetios. Oh boy, apologies, my people. Okay, I think that's got it. Okay, the theme of today is vital habits, not just habits. We focus here on habits. The reason we come here is to have a habit repetition. Arthur Brooks really nails it, that a huge part of happiness comes down to the habits we have, and he talks about 4 types of habits, which we'll get to in a minute. But first, let's talk about advice from an 80-year-old. What is the advice from an 80-year-old? What not a bevy? The advice from an 80-year-old is be a good what? Be a good loser. Be a good loser. Why? Well, because if you're a bad loser, what happens? Right, be a good loser. Right, be a good loser. Why? Why should you learn to be a good loser? People don't want to play with you anymore. Right, if you're not a good loser, people aren't going to want to play with you anymore. And be like, no, don't play with him. He's a bad loser. Takes the fun out of it, takes the enjoyment out of, not of winning, of competing, of playing together. Okay, so be a good loser. That's the advice from an 80-year-old. Seth Godin has an interesting one today. Seth is talking about the thought that counts. He's talking about gift card sales that will pass $1 trillion for the first time for 2024. $1 trillion. It's a good gift. And he talks about why gift cards are a good gift, but on the other hand, The person who suffers, the recipient, loses. They get a smaller gift. They often spend more money than the gift was for. Like, in other words, here's a $50 gift card, but you need to spend an extra 10 to get what you want. And so, well, it only cost me $10. Well, okay, that's the idea. They spend more money than the gift was for. They're stuck with the store the gift giver chose. Here's a $10 gift card from Target. Now you have to go to Target, and you're going to spend more than $10. So you lose. And there's very little way of thoughtfulness or connection involved. I didn't really think about what you should have. I just decided this was easy. Whereas in the old days, when you had to get the gift and wrap the gift and send the gift and do a lot of work involved. In essence, holidays become a circle of people handing the same wad of cash around, except instead of ending up with the cash, they then spend even more money when they go shopping tomorrow. So he comes up with a better way to do it. Go to the online store, find an item you think a friend would like. Instead of ordering it, choose gift card. Okay? So you see a gelato maker, a really cool gelato maker. Instead of ordering the gelato maker, you give a gift card. Store asks if you'd like to purchase a charitable donation, add it on as well. Sure, I'll give $10 to the Knights of Columbus. Now the site produces a unique digital gift card with a picture of the item and a link to redeem it. The QR code it generates also includes a thank you from the charity. So the charity sends you a thank you. Your friend simply has to scan the lovely page you printed out or emailed them to go to the redeem page. Once there, they can choose to get the item you carefully picked out. Choosing something else or easily get cash back. Yeah. And so they get delighted 3 times when they get the thoughtful card. Yeah, the card that has a QR code for this ice cream maker. They go to the site and discover they can get the cash back. Wow. And when the item arrives in the post and they unwrap it. Now, the thought really does count. This is a low hassle, high delight way to show someone you're thinking of them. If stores use their persuasive powers, it could also raise billions for worthy causes along the way. Either that, or they could give cash and save everyone a lot of trouble. Boom. There you go. Seth Godin, cool daddy-o. Where we at? Okay. So, advice from an 80-year-old. Boom. Be a good loser. Seth Godin. Here's a better way to do gift cards. What is our TED Talk of the day? Another Jerry Maguire, because this is day 7 in week 3 of our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Boom. The State Pen workbook. You gotta work, man. Gotta work. It's not Penn State, it's State Pen. State Pen workbook. Okay, week 3, day 7. This is about outside my skull-sized kingdom. How do you get people to help you on your journey through this life? So we learned Monday, David Logan, join tribe, nudge forward. Day 2, Tuesday. Seth Godin talking about, well, how do you nudge forward? Day 3, Simon Sinek, how do you tell a compelling story? Day 4, David Phillips, the science of story, the magical science of storytelling, the story before the story. Day 5, Derek Sivers wraps it all up in a 3-minute little video showing how to create a movement. And then yesterday we saw how not to tell a compelling story from Jerry Maguire. And today we're going to see kind of this ping-ponging back and forth of not really compelling stories, but they're each trying to tell the other person compelling. Here's my first compelling story. Well, here's my compelling story back. Well, here's my compelling story back to that compelling story. But it gives you the idea of how important a compelling story is and how it works. Righto. Now, Arthur Brooks, who's that? Harvard Business School professor that teaches a sold-out class on the science of happiness. And it's one of those things we don't know how to describe it, but we know it when we feel it, except we've got it today, and we've got a link down below. And basically, he says, happiness is a function of your genetics. It's about 50% your DNA. And they know this because they had studies on identical twins who were separated at birth, and then they're rejoined later to see how similar they are. And it's about 50%, close to 50%. Next is the circumstances you're in. Sometimes you just can't be happy. And then the third and most important thing, the thing we can control are our habits, unconscious behavior, the things that we do. Now, to break it down, Arthur Brooks, gets into, well, what are the vital habits we need to have? And he says there are four vital habits we can focus on. Any idea what they are? What not a bevy? What a bevy, be like Wada. Any idea? Any idea what we can focus on? Please repeat the question. What are the vital habits? Arthur Brooks says there's 4 vital habits. He says habits are the things we can control. We can create habits. How? Repetition, repetition, repetition. Do it every day. Make it a habit. Habit is unconscious behavior. Train our brains. Train the brain. What are the 4 vital habits? If you didn't have time to watch the video, you won't know. Good answer. Good. Yeah, they probably in there. So the 4 vital habits, he says, are number 1 is your faith, which would be for us spiritual. Number 2, he says family. Number 2, FFFW, faith, family. Family is number 2. Cultivate good relationships with your family. Don't let that get away. Family. He says it's insanity to let things like politics stand in the way of family. Family, faith, family, friends. Cultivate real friends, not deal friends, real friends. He says you might not like old Marge at Thanksgiving who goes on and on about politics, but when you're in a bind and you need to call somebody at 2 a.m, she will answer the call. Your work friends won't. Right. Faith, relationship with our Savior, and Arthur Brooks is a Christian. Faith, family, friends, and work. And it should be meaningful work, service to others, work that you can be proud of and devote to God, helping people. I'm making the world a better place. I'm helping improve the lives of people. Just crossed into Georgia. Sophie's in Georgia. She's not in Mississippi. She's in Georgia. She's now a Georgia peach, not from Mississippi. Service to others. Right. Righto. Righto. Okay, cool. So there we got it. There's we got it. We got it, man. What else? Shivas and Shalom, a little sales. It's a tough racket. You'll be sitting behind the reindeer shed, drinking dew out of an acorn cap. Being a cobbler's a tough racket. Christmas is approaching, people. Christmas is approaching. Okay, what else? What not a bevy? Let me see in our worksheet if there's anything else. Gratitude, attitude of gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful now that what? Remember, we used to do this exercise every day. I'm so happy and grateful now that, close your eyes, let the thing play. What are you happy and grateful about? You have a lot of that you can do on the bus on the way to North Carolina. North Carolina. Leave Georgia and go to North Carolina. See Sister Catman Joe. Always look on the bright side. Right. Always look on the bright side. Review yesterday. Oh, yeah. Our daily examine. Morning, midday, and night. Project. 1 minute to project the path of your day. Say your own personal prayer. Caddyshack. See the ball. Be the ball, Danny. See the ball. Be the ball. Be the ball, Danny. Be the ball, Danny. And our breathing exercise, our Huberman breathing exercise. Okay, so people, I think that's it. Got to get on the Peloton because I got to get to the church. Got to be there by 7:30. So I got 45 minutes. Why am I talking like I'm from the South? Don't rightly know. Wonder what they say about the people from the West. He's from the West. They're uncivilized people. They're from the West. They've only been around since the 1800s. We've been out here since the 1700s, 1600s. Unless we're from the 20th century, we're the great thing. Last night I saw the movie Cabrini. Once again. I saw it in the theaters. I think I saw it once in my room, twice in my room now. I think that should be mandatory watching for everyone. Dorothy Day, that's another one. Okay, well, oh wow, 17 minutes in. This is the last Sunday before Christmas. And physiological sigh, service physiology. Okay, gonna end it, people. Gotta do that. So with that in mind, let us go out and love and serve the Lord, setting an example by our lives. Okay, what not a bevy? Have a good trip. I guess you found your room key, right?